Luke chapter 5 verse 18 to 20. I often picture this scene. A paralyzed man being carried by some men and brought before Jesus. As we all know, someone who is paralyzed cannot move on their own and always needs the help of others. The men who carried him must have had the same heart, full of hope that Jesus would heal him. And they did it all by faith. Without faith, they wouldn't have been able to go through such difficulties, as described in here. Eventually, the paralyzed man came before Jesus. Jesus saw the faith of the men who brought him, and then he healed the man. I was once far away from God and Jesus. I chose to live my own life rather than follow them. It wasn't that I didn't believe in their existence, but I didn't care about their words and closed my heart to them, which I had once opened. During all those years, my life was filled with joy, happiness, and sadness, just like everyone else's. But in my heart, there was no God, no Jesus, and no spiritual life. Looking back, I believe that there were many prayers for my soul during those years. And Jesus was also praying for me. One day, I realized that I could no longer find true peace or joy in this world. No matter how much I searched, nothing could fill the emptiness inside me. I also realized that there was nothing I could do on my own to change that. And in that moment, my heart started to remember the God and Jesus I had once believed in. That was when all those prayers for my soul started to come true. My heart started to return to God and Jesus. And I came to understand that, even during all those years, I ignored their love. They never stopped loving me. I was so grateful that God allowed me to believe in His promise that when I come before Him, He will throw all my sins into the depths of the sea. He also made me realize and remember that there had been many prayers for my soul, and that Jesus had always been interceding for me before God, from the very beginning. When we truly seek God, when we realize we have no control, when we realize our weakness, and when we understand that everything in this world is temporary and will pass away, those precious prayers will be fulfilled in our lives and hearts. Even now, I believe that someone is praying for me. And I know that Jesus is still praying for me and interceding on my behalf before God. For those prayers to be fulfilled in my life according to God's will, I need to stay humble. I need to have a heart that longs for Him. I need to remember that only God and Jesus can heal me, can save my soul. I need to accept that I have no power over my own soul. Life is not just about what we can see. The soul, the unseen, and eternity, these are what truly matter, though they are often overlooked. How grateful must the paralyzed man have been for their heart and effort in bringing him to Jesus. And how deeply must he have thanked Jesus, who did not question or rebuke him for being helpless and covered in sin, but instead made him clean. I may not know everything, but I think I can feel it. I am deeply grateful for all the prayers that have been and are still being offered for my soul. Now, I want to pray for others as well, from the depths of my heart, with faith. And I give thanks to God and Jesus, who do not look at my past, but see only me as I come forward, leaving everything behind, and who help me